Thank you very much, Joanne. The Borås Arena, the home of IF Elfsborg. And it's cold and snow, as you saw on your screens, falling gently ahead of this crucial Group F fixture. Republic of Ireland on your left-hand side against Sweden. And small enough crowd in, but as you can see, it's still winter time in Sweden. This crucial F fixture, Sweden. 4 points ahead of the Republic of Ireland. Played a game more in this group as the two teams enter the arena. If Ireland win today, it's a big ask. They'll just go a point behind and still have that game in hand. So Kenny Cunningham, this is a, do we call it a must win?
Oh, don't say that, John. Don't say that. I'm feeling the pressure already.
I just did.
No, I think you're right. I mean, sometimes, John, there's no point in skating around. You want to take as much pressure off the players as possible, but they're not stupid. You know, they'll have seen the table. They know the significance of this game. So sometimes, as a manager and a coach, I think you're better actually acknowledging that there is pressure on the game and actually use it as a motivational tool for your players. And sometimes the most memorable victories as a player is when you go into these kind of pressurised games and you can actually put a performance in and collectively, you know, play to your very best. That gives you the most satisfaction. So hopefully we'll see that type of performance from the Irish team today.
Well, to keep an eye on the other matches is ongoing in this group. It kicked off at 4:30. The Italians lead Bosnia by 1-0. That's not unexpected. 4:30 kickoff. Goal coming in the 14th minute. Italy leading Bosnia by 1-0. That game kicked off at 4:30, half an hour before this one. Not unexpected, really. The Italians expected to win the group, really, aren't they?
Yeah. Very rarely, even against the kind of minnows in the group, John, do they drop points. The kind of mentality is very good. They impressed me at Tala a couple of months ago when they came to Dublin, gave a very kind of professional performance against us that evening. And yeah, we can't be expecting them to drop too many points between now and the end of the group. That game against Italy, of course, in June, the away fixture, is one which kind of jumps off the screen there, and we've got to hope going into that game, John, there's still something to play for. So to be in that position, we need to take care of business today.
Nisha Rodvin. Stop the war. We stand with Ukraine. The banners that were unfurled by both starting 11s. Italy still winning by 1-0. Incidentally, here's the Swedish lineup. Noah Lange in their lineup. He's gone to the senior squad. Attractive attacking lineup with Amin Sardin to the line, Patrick Walemark and Paulius Abraham on either side of him. Alam Uso of Slavia Prague will captain the side, and he earns his 6th under-21 international cap tonight.
Yeah, no real surprise there, John. Particularly the setup of the team. Traditionally always gone with a flat back four, a little bit looser in midfield and forward areas of the pitch, played of interchange of positions, but generally speaking, physically very strong side, very direct at times as well. Good athletes all around the pitch, very formidable.
It's an old Portuguese crew. Victor Ferreira is our captain today, referee today in the centre of the park. Not allowed now in the centre of the park. Just waiting now for the Irish captain, Conor Coventry, to come up and do the handshake and toss the coin. Conor Coventry, West Ham, is just too shy of record-breaking caps for the Republic of Ireland under 21s, 22 caps on loan at MK Dons.
He's doing a James Milner, John. He's doing a James Milner for the Republic.
And he's already been in the Irish senior squad as well. There's Mark McGuinness. And here's the Irish lineup. Number of changes from the 1-0 win over Sweden last time out in Dana. 19-year-old Ollie O'Neill, who scored that winner off the bench, gets a start in midfield. O'Shane McEntee on loan at Greenock Morton will start at right back. And Udabeko on loan at Doncaster gets his first start up front at this level.
Yeah, interesting. Jim's changed around a bit, John, in terms of the tactical setup. Leo O'Connor just sitting in front of the back four. That's a change from the game that we saw in Dublin. An orthodox 4-4-2 kind of served us very well, with kind of Ross Tierney playing just behind the lone striker that particular night. So he's mixed it up a little bit, got the extra man in midfield, and a bit more licence for Gavin Kilkenny and Conor Coventry to get themselves in advanced areas and in contact with the front three.
And just to reiterate once again, the Italians are leading by 1-0 against Bosnia. If it stays that way, the Italians would top the group with 17 points from 7 games. Sweden, starting this game, now have 14 from 7 played, and the Republic of Ireland have 10 from 6 played. So it's a huge game for the Republic of Ireland, who are playing from left to right as we look at it, and they kick off in the green strip. And here is Mark McGuinness. He is a centre half, born in Slough, and his 10th under-21 cap tonight. Jake O'Brien, back to Brian Maher. Derry City moved there from Bray Wanderers, a 21-year-old in Ireland, into an immediate attack in the first minute. This is Coventry, the captain. There's O'Neill, scorer of that winning goal deep in injury time in the first match, and it looks like he's earned himself a corner early on.
Yeah, it's a good start from Ireland. Looking to be nice and positive, committing players forward. Ollie O'Neill getting the ball and just check it back on his right hand side there. Good to see the overlap and run from Joel Bagan on the outside. Elected not to use him, tried to put the cross in early. At least forced the first corner kick.
First corner of the game, Republic of Ireland's way. Gavin Kilkenny of Bournemouth earning his 17th cap tonight to take it. Decent one too. Sweden trying to scramble this clear. Here's Coventry. Just run the ball out of play, but attacking intent from Ireland early on.
Yeah, the good thing there was we prevented Sweden from winning the initial header when he came into the box. Committed a lot of players in there. It's a bit desperate defended there from the Swedes. That's good to see. A little bit of panic stations there. It's a decent start from Ireland in the opening period of the game.
Well, we know at under 21 level, Kenny, it's designed, as the others are, 17s, 19s, whatever, is to feed into the senior side. But if you look down the Republic of Ireland starting 11 compared to the Swedes, there's a lot more experience, isn't there, in the Irish lineup in terms of caps compared to the Swedes? Yeah,
you're absolutely right. And a number of the players getting good experience at club level as well. Gavin Kilkenny in particular, Conor Coventry, we know that. Playing regularly at their club. Mark McGuinness and Jake O'Brien, I'm a big fan as well from what I've seen of him. He's really impressed me, the centre of defence. It's a very settled, certainly back four. Central defensive partnership between McGuinness and O'Brien served us really well. Joel Bagan left back, Leo Connon on his usual right back position today, being asked, so versatile. Maybe being asked to play a slightly different position today. We'll keep an eye on that.
There's a couple of League of Ireland players on the bench today for the Republic of Ireland. Colin Whelan, UCD, Andy Lyons of Shamrock Rovers, and the two St. Pat's players, Dara Burns and Joe Redmond, called into the squad by manager Jim Crawford. Interesting interview with Jim Crawford before this game. You may have heard it before we came live to the Borås Arena, and he made exactly that point. You've got to live as an underage manager with call-ups to senior squad, and he would have worked under Stephen Kenny too, didn't he, for about a year?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably one of the frustrating things of being the U21 manager, not having a kind of settled squad, and now you're going to lose players here and there. You just have to get on with it. Comes with the job remit. Just got to be flexible. Got to trust your players, the whole squad. Make those adjustments when you have to.
There's Eric Holm breaking forward on that right-hand side. It nicked off Ollie O'Neill last, so corner at one end and now a corner at the other. The first for the Swedes, and it comes in the 4th minute. Eric Holm plays in the Danish league. It's going to be Patrick Walemark, 20-year-old from Feyenoord, to take this out on that right-hand side. 4 goals for his country, indeed, Walemark, in his 8 previous appearances. Eric Holm was up there as well, being marshalled by McGuinness. McGuinness spotted the run. Good enough to get it out of the danger zone. This is Abraham. Nobody up for Ireland, so it's going to come straight back in again. Abraham. That was my greatest pass this in towards Eric Cal, wearing 5, is playing at left back. Kilkenny, and again. Born at Bournemouth, next of St. Kevin's boys, now with Bournemouth. He too, an experienced player at this level, earning his 17th cap. The thought was, Kenny, before the game, that Ireland might have 4 across the back. Looks like they're going up with a flat back 3. Yeah,
that's right. We talk about Leo O'Connor maybe sitting in front of the back 4. That hasn't happened. Lee playing right wing back position. Got a back 3, Jake O'Neill, Martin McGuinness and Oisin McEntee.
Cal, can he keep it in play? No, he can't. Reverse ball by Abraham, just a little bit too much on it. But Sweden have settled now after that early corner from the Republic of Ireland, just pressing forward. They know how valuable a victory would be here. Ireland really have to win this game. And with the Italians, the Azzurri, the undoubted favourites to win this group. Ireland never qualified on the 21 level.
What was the first, John? That's got to motivate the players. The setup of the team very, very similar to the senior team that we've seen of late. The back 3, 2 wing backs. Gavin Kilkenny and Conor Coventry plays as a tight midfield pair. Then we've got that narrow front 3. Odu Becco is that central striker, as we can see, number 11 high up the pitch, and Ross Tierney and Lonnie O'Neill just kind of narrowed up in behind, almost those narrow 2 number 10s, as you can see there, just in contact with the lone Irish central striker. And there's that back 5, as you can see, spread across the whole of the pitch. Got that extra defender in there. Got good physical presence there, those 3 centre-halves, John. 3 big units, as we'd say. They shouldn't be getting bullied by those Swedish forwards.
Ireland defended well. Now trying another breakout. That's surely a foul. Referee might let that go. Ross Tierney was being held back. He tried to get the advantage there, and an early booking for Eric Cal. And Tierney had got past him, and Cal with the professional foul.
Yeah, that's really good counter-attacking play from Ireland. Won the ball back 20 yards inside their own half, John. And immediately Sweden putting the pressure on. I think it was Gavin Kilkenny just punched a lovely ball there into the feet of Ross Tierney in that little pocket on the inside. Immediately got himself half torn on the wrong side. Cal, who was in trouble after that. That's really good counter-attacking play from Oran. That's what we need to do. We win it back and always be looking to hit the central striker early. Looking to try and feed the ball as often as possible into the feet of Ollie O'Neill and Ross Tierney.
Kilkenny with the floated ball towards the back post. Going to be mopped up by Joel Baggin. In fact, just lets it run out of play. The man from Cardiff. The throw for Ireland quickly taken. O'Neill gives it back to Baggin again. Has he got a corner? Looks like he has, yeah. Eric Holm can't prevent that from going out of play. It was a good, strong run from Ross Tierney, wasn't it? To show good strength there as well. Yeah,
it's one of his strengths, though, John. He's a very aggressive runner, strong runner as well. Difficult to knock off the ball. I think he's at his best, actually, when he's coming from deeper positions and coming onto the ball rather than being starting positions too high up, and he got to play on the half turn a little bit. Very dangerous when he gets turned and gets running in those situations.
Kilkenny once again with a high hanging ball. And the aim was for Rashid McEntee. He's gone down in a heap. And the referee wants to have a look at the lad from Greenock Morton on loan from Newcastle, see if he's all right, earning his 6th cap tonight. But it was aimed at his general direction. And he came down and he hurt his back.
Yeah, one of the disadvantages of having 3 units at the back, John, when you send them up and they hit the deck like this, that hurts, that stings. Just a little bit more pace on the corner into the box, I feel. Just a little bit too flow with that. Anything delivered a little bit flat or a bit more pace, Sean, gives those 3 defenders more of a chance to go and attack it.
Samuel Brolin's in goal for Sweden today. He's in the Swedish league with Jali. He's on loan from another Swedish club, AIK. In the 10th minute of this U21 International Group F, the Borås Arena. It remains at 0-0. No real threat on either goal so far. But Ireland have started promisingly enough, I think.
Yeah, I think so, John. I think we've carried a bit of a threat. We've won the ball back. We've been quite direct, and the defensive shape's been reasonably good early in the game. Don't get me wrong, but the front 3 is kind of narrowing up. You see that back 5 stretched across the pitch. Distances are reasonably good between all the kind of defensive units, so no problem so far.
Here's the man that was booked, Cal. To Abram. Here's Gigovic. Plays his club football in Russia, but Rostov, the 19-year-old. Herman Gigovic, winning his 9th cap at this level today. It's a good ball forward. And a good save, too, from Brian Maher. Ball whipped over the top to Amin Sarr. And he got a good, strong left hand to it. That looked like it was goal-bound.
Yeah, that'd be a slight worry, John. Just a straight ball over the top. By and large, you have to be dealing with that. You can see Rashid McEntee just struggling a little bit there up against the pace of Sarr. Done well in the end, just made physical contact with him, John. Then he just kind of barged him off the ball a little bit, knocked him off balance. But yeah, just got to be switched on there, the back 3. Good communication. If we have to drop off a yard into the space earlier, then we have to do that. A little bit too easy there, Sarr getting in behind us.
Another chance to break now at the other end. Ball in by Lee O'Connor. He's going to come out for a throw this side. It was a good save from Brian Maher, the 21-year-old playing his club football with Derry City, moved from Bray, earning his 10th cap. And that was his first involvement, and a good save too to deny Sarr. Here's Tierney. Coventry, Kilkenny. Oh, goal! Ross Tierney. And it's come in the 12th minute, and it's come from basically a set piece out on the right-hand side from that throw inside of the penalty area, and Tierney scores his 2nd goal. The exposed man now at Motherwell hammers it to the net, and the small contingent of Irish supporters can celebrate. And what a tonic that is for Jim Crawford's side. Ross Tierney has opened the scoring for Ireland. Sweden 0, Ireland 1.
Oh, no, John, it was an absolute hammer of a strike. Done well here initially. Ross Tierney just shifted it into Gavin Kilkenny, puts the ball into a decent area. It's not fully clear by the Swedish defence, and Ross Tierney just walks onto that. Doesn't have too much time to think about it, John. It's all about the technique from here. How sweetly can he strike this ball? Doesn't get any better than that. That's beautiful technique from Ross Tierney. Good play from Gavin Kilkenny here. Looks as if he'd nowhere to go. put the ball into a good area. Ross Tierney just continued his run, which you have to do. Just be expecting something to drop your way. It's exactly what happened, but it was a brilliant strike, John. As soon as he made clean contact with it, whistle by the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Brilliant finish.
Snow flurries continues at the Borås Arena, but Ireland won't be unhappy with that. It was poor defensive clearance. It fell straight to Tierney, who needed no second bidding to hammer in his second goal at this level for the Republic of Ireland. Give them a precious lead. What's the Swedish response? Well, attempted layback by Hampus Findell, doesn't come off. Roll out of play on that far side. That's a dream start for Ireland, isn't it? I mean, they've had a couple of corners, haven't been overawed by the occasion as well. Looked good in the first couple of minutes, and now they got their just reward, I think.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect, John. It'll help the confidence. It has been a confident start, like we've mentioned. General shape of the team's been good. Again, we've carried a threat on occasion when we got into the opposition half, but that goal came almost out of nowhere. But just doing the right things, John, committing players into the box. This particular system, we've spoken about Odubeko being the lone striker, so important. The likes of Ross Tierney and Ollie O'Neill in particular, getting advanced areas, John, get in contact with him and get into the box. You know, second balls, you know, be expecting for balls to drop in front of you. That's exactly what happened there. Ross Tierney, great play from him.
Manusu, the captain, towards Sarr. That was a good strong header to get it out of the danger zone. Ireland looked very compact at the back too, up towards the goal scorer Tierney. Showed good strength a little while ago, and that booking with Khan, and showed some great finishing expertise to hammer that ball to the net to give Ireland the lead. We're in the quarter-hour mark, and this should be easy for Brian Maher. So from the back, we can see there was a great save from Maher earlier on to deny Sarr, and from back to front, Ireland look a very compact unit, and I think experience playing at this level is holding them in good stead so far.
Yeah, and they've just made some adjustments. Spoke about that one ball early over the top. Sarr nearly scored from. You mentioned the save from Brian Maher, but then after that they've tried a couple of long balls since then, and the Irish back line have read it. They've dropped in early, pushing McAtee on one occasion, Joel Bagan there as well, sensing the danger was in behind and dropping early into the space, John. That's what you have to do. You want to squeeze the pitch, of course, keep an high defensive line at times, but if there's not enough pressure on the ball, have to take responsibility as a defender to drop into the space. That's a smart thing to do, and we've done that the last two occasions, so that's a good sign. The players are reading the situation and making good decisions.
Well, it's more of a slow snow flurry rather than a full belt of snow so far. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Ireland 1 up. Velamark, and he's gone down under the challenge from McGuinness, and it's going to be a free kick on that far side for the Swedes.
Yeah, surprised he made that challenge, Mark McGuinness. Johnny done well originally. He's knocked the ball around the corner, but he tracked the run here. He's got nowhere to go really here. Velamark just staying his feet there. Mark McGuinness just kind of shepherded him down the side. Just took the bait a little bit, had a little fish. And was giving Sweden the opportunity to put good quality delivery into the box.
Velamark with 5 starts in the 7 previous in the 21 qualifying Group F for him, 2 as a sub. Starting today, the 20-year-old from Feyenoord. It's a good ball and a good header too.
It was a great header, John, wasn't it? That's his responsibility there, Rushan McAtee. He's playing as a zonal defender there, centre the goal. No responsibility to track any opposition players, just go and head the ball. It comes into the centre of that goal. It's exactly what he did.
Yeah, McAtee, one of 3 extra players called up to the squad this week, and Dara Burns of St. Pat's, Killian Phillips of Crystal Palace, and McAtee. And he gets a start today. He's 6th international. He's lining up on that back 3 alongside Swindon's Jake O'Brien and Mark McGuinness of Cardiff. Well, it's misplaced pass, and Ireland with the chip ball from Udebeko from a long way out as well, but that was poor from Eric Cal, put his team in trouble.
Yeah, but Ross Tierney again, sensing the danger, narrowing up on the opposite side of the pitch, John, put him under huge pressure. With him back possession, didn't think he took the right option there. Udebeko, going to be honest with you, Ross Tierney had picked himself up quick. Ollie O'Neill was looking to get himself involved as well.
It's going to be a busy June for these teams after today's game. Ireland's remaining games, Bosnia and Montenegro at home in the beginning of June, and then they're away to the Italians in the middle of June.
Won't be snowing in Dublin in June, surely, John.
Let's hope
surely. Anything in the Tala, anything's possible out in Tala, John.
You never know.
In June.
Yeah. Sweden's games away to Luxembourg, then they got the Italians at home. They drew with Italy 1-1 last October. This is a very tight group. And the Italians, as we mentioned, were a goal up, and as we heard, and that match that kicked off at 4:30. That should be half time. As soon as you get word of what the score in that game is, we'll bring it to you. In fact, it is half time, and Italy lead by 1-0 in towards Sarr. And a combination of the two Irish defenders knock it out for a corner.
He was decent defending there at the back post, John.
And a combination of Lee O'Connor and Jake O'Brien. Snow is getting a lot more prevalent at the Borås Arena. Corner. Velamark can take it. Left-footed, so suggested will be an outswinger towards the penalty spot. Well defended again, and ahead of McEntee. Ireland pushed deep into their own box. Hussein. Cal. Ireland sitting deep. Velamark. Trying to push Tierney back into the penalty box. It came off Tierney last, actually, that cross. So far, so good for Ireland. Here's the man who scored the goal in the 1-0 win in Tala. That's a misplaced pass, though, by O'Neill. And he gets it back again. Ireland under a bit of pressure there, but they actually handled it quite well.
Yeah, you're right, John. Two examples there. Jake O'Neill and Leo O'Connor defended their back post early, and then again a minute later, really nice ball from Willemark, stood up to the back post. Joel Bagan sensing the danger, just retreating very quickly and winning a really important defensive head at the back post. So good defending all around there. They look very comfortable, the kind of back five unit, John, in terms of defending crosses into the box. Just important we don't encourage our two centre midfielders as well too deep. Keep them away, keep them 10-15 yards higher up the pitch, and just trust yourself, that back five unit, to defend the edge of the box, which they've done very well for the majority of the game so far.
And Ross Tierney's goal in the 12th minute is the one that separates the sides. Were to stay this way, the Italians beat Bosnia. It means Italians would be top of the group on 17 points, Sweden 14, Republic of Ireland would move on to 13 and would have a game in hand on the Swedes. But there's an awful long way to go, just in the 21st minute. Here's Udabeko and Tierney. Connor Coventry. And Leo O'Connor. One senior cap, actually, for Leo O'Connor against New Zealand in November of 2019. And the 21 player of the year, actually, in 2020. That's offside.
Yeah, it's a shame that, really, John. Good ball retention there from Ireland, walking it down the right-hand side. Just the beauty of having the goal. Nil advantage, don't have to force things. Recycled it across the pitch. Unfortunately, Ollie O'Neill just getting himself caught out in an offside position there. But good ball retention from Ireland, that's going to be important at various stages. Probably not going to dominate possession, but when we do get the ball, the likes of Kilkenny and Coventry in particular in central midfield, more than capable of getting on the ball and keeping possession for us for periods of time, keeping the ball away from the Swedes.
That's good work from home. And Ireland got back and defended it well, actually, and they got a goal kick out of it too. And Holm is pleading his case, saying he was fouled. Nice work. Little 1-2. Holm kept his run going. Good defending, though, by McEntee. Ball out for a goal kick.
Yeah, that's exactly why he's there, kind of the covering Irish defender. Mark McGuinness just getting bypassed. Great underlapping run, actually, from Holm. But Oisin McEntee sensing the danger, getting across and making it difficult for him to whip that cross into the box.
Tierney tries the first ball forward, but couldn't quite reach the centre forward. Tomlinson in the way.
Yeah, Ollie O'Neill was on there, John. I think he tried to force it into the feet of Odubeko. But Ollie O'Neill had made a great little run in behind him. That was the ball that was on. He could have just punched it into his feet. I think he was away then, but very encouraging when the front three are picking the ball up. You know, very dynamic, those three players, looking to drive in behind into the space and looking very dangerous.
Very tall man, Mipu Udubeko, on loan at Doncaster from West Ham, gets his first start today for the under-21s.
What do you mean by very, very tall now, John? What are we talking ridiculously tall here, or are we?
We'll go with the measuring tape.
We're talking Joel Matip tall here, or?
What was that line you used about the centre halves? A big unit. He's a big unit. Born in Dublin of Nigerian parents. Carl. Abraham, as usual. Out on that left-hand touchline, and it's the third corner of the opening half for Sweden.
Yeah, good attitude again from the Irish team. Ross Tierney as well. Spoke about him and Ollie O'Neill kind of playing kind of narrowed up, but it's important with those Swedish full-backs get on the overlap, John. Their responsibility to track back and kind of double up with the Irish wing-backs at times, and they haven't shirked their responsibility so far, the kind of two Irish wide players.
Wellemark to take it once again. Wouldn't be the first man. It's chipped forward. It should be Mahers. Yeah. Good claim from the Derry City goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a good claim. Doesn't seem much that, John, but that's really confident goalkeeping. Because the Irish, Joel Bagan there's in a little bit of trouble there. If Maher doesn't come off his line and deal with that, get an early shout. It was nice and decisive. Looked very easy, but really good goalkeeping that.
And so the group winners that qualifies automatically for the finals. The best runners-up then entering the playoffs. Euro 2023 will be played in Georgia and Romania. Nice ball with the outside of the boot. Here's Findell. Attempted shot at goal by Hussein, blocked down. And away by Joel Bagan of Cardiff. They're making a nuisance of themselves up front there with Udubeko and O'Neill. Making it easy for Sweden.
Yeah, you're right. Bit unlucky there. We didn't get the throw in. Udubeko second best there, but he made a nuisance of himself. Almost kind of panicked. Usu giving away the throw in. Good attitude again from the Irish front players. Could have easily given that one up. Didn't.
Carl's ball to nobody. Ball of the top towards Amin Sarr. Maher in absolutely no hurry to get this ball clear. Udubeko got the head to it. That looks like a push. Referee's going to let it go. Fans did the crew, but the referee said play on. Bagan. Born in Basingstoke, plays for Cardiff. It's his sixth cap. And towards Tierney, it's got over his head. Here's O'Connor. Tierney is still up there. O'Neill, he couldn't wrap his foot around it, and he's there in the corner.
Oh, it's really good play, John. Both Irish wing-backs getting themselves involved. Bagan again in the overlap. Decent ball into the box. Leo O'Connor recycling it again, but a good quality delivery into the back post. Odubeko, unfortunately, couldn't get his head on the end of it. He kept the Swedes penned in. He forced another corner kick. They're really carrying a threat every time we get into the last third of the pitch.
Gavin Kilkenny to take this. It's one of those high kind of hanging balls, isn't it, really, that you know you've got to make when you actually get contact with the ball. You've got to put the power into it yourself, because it's just a looping kind of cross. He needs to be a bit flatter, would you think?
Yeah, I can't really talk myself, to be honest with you, John, in terms of like technical ability, but it needs that. It's a fizzer. The two lads in the studio probably more adept than me in terms of talking about that, but yeah, it just has to be delivered more flat or more pace in the ball, like you're saying. So you just have to worry about the direction if you make contact with a header, rather than generating power yourself on the end of it. That's doubly difficult. If he's not confident with the fizzer, John, better wrapping the inside of his right foot around it.
Sir, and it's onside, and good save by Maher. Came down and closed the angle down very quickly. He's done that a couple of times in the game, and he denies Gigovic. And it's going to be a Swedish throw out on that far side, but Maher stood tall. Great save.
Yeah, smart goalkeeping. Spoke about him already, John, coming quickly off his line previously, 5-10 minutes before that. And he needed to do it again here. There's probably best little combination play here from Sweden. Sar and Gigovic, lovely little combo on the edge of the box. He's got to get out quickly there, the Irish goalkeeper, and stand big. That's exactly what he does.
Not the tallest goalkeeper, Brian Maher, but he stood up tall there. Away by McGuinness. Did the right thing, facing his own goal. Quickly taken, Hussein. And towards Sar. Headed away by McEntee. And just under a little bit of pressure now. They'll do all right there. Training an Irish hand there. The referee, Victor Ferreira from Portugal, is not going to have anything to do with that.
Yeah, look pretty weak. I was just going to say, John, it's important we don't allow the Swedes to put easy delivery into the box. And we can get in their faces and get a few blocks. That's exactly what we did there. I'm sure it was Ollie O'Neill getting as close as possible there, getting the deflection. You suggested it might just come off his hand, but it's exactly what you need to do. Just prevent those easy deliveries into the box.
The snow flurry is abated, thankfully. There's the fullback, Cal. There's Abraham. And he goes down. And I think the referee might book him for simulation. He's pointed straight at him. Says that's a dive. And that's a little hanging his head in shame a bit, I think, there from the number 11, Oblis Abraham, trying to cut between two defenders. And I don't think it's McGuinness that's been booked. I think it's Abraham that's been booked for simulation there.
He'll be feeling hard done by Mark McGuinness. He got booked for that. The Irish defenders do well here. I think Mark McGuinness initially extends that right leg, thinks about the tackle, thinks better of it. Abrahams is expecting the contact. The better voice to stay on his feet there. He's in a very good position there. He just has to shift the ball another yard and get a shot on target. His manager will be disappointed in that. The Sweden just probably last 5-10 minutes, John, just offering more than an attacking threat. Squeezing us back to the edge of our penalty box. And just kind of looking a little bit more threatening than they have done previously.
And you can see there at the top of your screen there, Hollis Abraham has been booked, not McGuinness. Swedish director just jumping the gun a little bit there. If McGuinness had been booked, it would have definitely been a penalty. As it was second yellow for the team in yellow from our Portuguese referee. Abraham done for simulation. Here's Usu. Holm. There's an important interception now. And a second one, McEntee, standing tall in the middle of that Irish defence as the shot came in for Findell. Ireland very much on the back foot in the last couple of minutes. Still leading by a goal to nil, though. Cal, and good goalkeeping once again, commanding his area. Brian Maher has had an outstanding first half. Keeps it at 1-0 to Ireland. It's good command. It
really is, yeah. Probably taking his early club form, John Ederdy, into the game this evening. Playing with a lot of confidence, very assured. Really good decision making so far in terms of when to stay in his line and when to vacate that 6-yard box. Give a little bit of cover to those Irish centre halves. Gives everybody confidence. You've got a goalkeeper playing with confidence like that.
Tierney is dispossessed. Hussein. Gigovic, bit of a heavy touch from Gigovic, and then goes in with 2 feet. The referee decides that's a foul. And he went to ground too early. Can't really complain about that.
Yeah, can't get away with that one, John. Even if you make contact with the ball initially, you kind of follow through. Takes you into contact with the opposition player. It's a straight free kick in the modern game. No point in arguing that one.
Well, a couple of heavy touches. You can see he lost contact with the ball there, and he went to ground too early, and his foot went through. Look, actually, you didn't see yellow. Ball over the top, or foot over the top of Ollie O'Neill there. And the referee's booked 2 players so far for Sweden, and Eric Kahl and Abraham for that dive. And I think Gigovic, maybe fortuitous he didn't get one there himself. It's the second underage international today involving an Irish team. Sadly, the Irish women's under-17s lost 4-1 in Tallaght Stadium, having taken the lead against Iceland. So their dream of reaching the finals over, while Finland 4-0 victors in the UCD Bowl to ensure they top Group A, and they've progressed through to the finals. Italy a goal to the good against Bosnia in the other match in this group, Group F, under-21s, which would mean they would go top of the group. Sweden would remain second. It would just stay like this, and Ireland would move to within a point with the game in hand. They'd have 3 to play. Still a long way to go. Sweden have been bossing the last 10 minutes or so. Ireland with a bit of a rearguard action at the moment. Here's Home. Hussein. Sarr comes deep. Good possession football from him. Here's Armin Gigovic. It's not a great ball by him. Udabeko. Kilkenny. This gives Ireland's backline a bit of a rest. Here's O'Neill. Good run by O'Neill, actually, having been set up by Gavin Kilkenny. And sadly, it's gone out for a goal kick. I thought it was going to be yet another corner for Ireland, but at least the pressure has just been eased a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right, John. Thought maybe could have got the ball to him a little bit earlier there. Gavin Kilkenny took a few touches. I think he was looking for that ball earlier. Ollie O'Neill give himself a better run at the Swedish right back, but doing the right thing, trying to beat him on the outside, force a corner kick or even a throw in high up the pitch, give us a little bit of respite, as you've suggested. So yeah, all of those things are important. You know, 10, 15, 20-second periods of possession, John, gives you a little bit of a breather, get you up the pitch.
Ross Turley, the goal scorer for Ireland in the 12th minute. Ireland will take that at half-time. Just over 10 minutes to go to the break. Of course, any added time. Sarr goes off on a run down the middle, splits the 2 central defenders. It's gone straight to Gigovic. Turley just nicked the ball off his toe, but Holm, that's a poor ball. Trying to play down the channel to nobody in particular. Goal kick, Ireland, they'll take that. Yeah,
absolutely. Look very comfortable, Ireland. Now possession, John. You can see Ross Tierney, Ollie O'Neill dropping into a flat midfield forward at times there. Got that narrow defensive shield, 5 behind that. Not too much space there between those 2 units. Sweden struggling a little bit to find players in the pockets.
Coventry.
This is where the likes of Coventry and Kilkenny is very important, John. The back 3 looking to play out. They need players who are fronting up and want to receive the ball. To be fair to the 2 Irish midfielders, that's generally what they do.
Up towards Tierney. He won't win that one. He's got a ball back. Oh, just for a second. Jesper Tollefson was in a bit of bother, but...
Yeah, you're right, John. If you had to realise, didn't realise exactly what was around him there, Ross Tierney. I think he felt the opportunity had gone. But Aldo Becker just popped us straight into his feet, a little bit more aware there. He could have been getting turned and heading towards the opposition goal.
Intriguing game, this. Ireland with the lead. Sweden trying to batter down the door. And so far, Ireland holding firm. Back with Maher. Busy first half for him. He's done well. You mentioned their captain, Conor Coventry, who moved to within 1 game of the all-time caps record of 24. 23 for him today now. Has been with the Irish senior squad as well. Conor Coventry. It's a one for the future.
Yeah, I think it'll certainly be in Stephen Kenny's thoughts, John. Him and Gavin Kilkenny, type of qualities which they have. Ball playing central midfield is very comfortable in possession, use the ball very well.
Give away ball.
Kiss of death.
Coventry fell over there and he knew fine well that he'd fallen off. He didn't claim the free, in fairness to him.
First time he's given away, John, compared to him. 27 minutes in.
Abraham. Gigovic. Here's Hussein. Sweden working it from left to right. Hussein. Usu. That's good stuff from O'Neill. Just nicked it off the Swedish player's toe, Holm. Still the pressure on, though. Saar. Holm. Hussein. Ireland look compact, though, you have to say, at the back so far. It's good stuff from O'Neill, just gets a little toe poke. So he's going to pick it up again, though, with Cal. Abraham outside of him. Abraham's ball straight to Maher. Ireland looked very compact there, I thought.
Yeah, not good enough really from the Swedes, if I'm being honest, John. A lot of sideways passing there, a little bit too slow, too many touches, making it very comfortable for us just to slide across the pitch. Everything's in front of us, really, John, which is exactly where we want to see it. Eventually, Abraham taking a bit of responsibility and putting a, half a decent ball into the box, but Sweden just not committing enough players into the centre of the goal there. Particularly good attacking play from them. They'll have to be a little bit more clever.
I always get worried when they start knocking it around at the back.
John, he's having a blind. Our keeper's having a blind. I give him a bit of credit.
I am giving a lot of credit as well.
You're making me. He's not making me nervous. You are.
Well, it's easier sitting and watching, isn't it? Good half from Ross Tierney. Excellent Bowes. Now with Motherwell. Second goal for Ireland in the 12th minute. What a finish it was too, as it comes to 5 minutes to go in this opening half. Ireland a goal to the good. That's a good keep ball from Ireland. Work it out well. Rolling down the line, O'Neill. Bagging down the line. Here's Bagging again. And towards Tierney. Picked off his toe, though, by Usu.
Yeah, Joel Bagan's done really well for us, John, defensively. The Irish left wing back defended his area of the pitch really well. Yeah, he's been rock solid defensively down that side of the pitch. Here he is again, pressing his man, then dropping back into his defensive shape immediately. Good pressure again from Odubeko.
A bit too much pressure, I'm afraid. He went straight through, well a mark, and no surprise really that Odubeko is the first Irish player to see a yellow card.
You know what, John, I don't mind it. Don't mind seeing that. Good intensity from him. Not allowing those Swedish centre-halves time and possession to get their heads up and distribute the ball.
Tierney. Couldn't win that ball. Taken away from him by Hussein. 4 minutes to go in this opening half. Ireland leading by a goal to nil. Holm. That's a poor ball by Holm. Straight to O'Connor. Findell. Holm. Faced by Bagan. That's deflected and straight into the safe hand so far of Brian Maher. That would be coming at speed. A good take.
Yeah, certainly is. But never worry, John. Those kind of crosses coming into the box will look so secure. Particularly those three defenders in the centre of the goal. Don't look as if they're going to get jumped by any of those Swedish forwards there in particular. His body language doesn't suggest to me he believes that he can get up above any of our defenders and go and head the ball either. Maybe a sore one as well.
Well, and there's Joel Bagan of Cardiff with the outstretched hands. And on the ground is Gigovic. He's been in the wars in this opening half. Referee's a quick word, but keeps his card in his pocket. Eye on the ball.
Yeah, it's that classic one when the opposition player goes up early. Once his feet are off the ground, John, there's any kind of physical contact there, there's always that danger. He's going to get thrown up in the air and land a bit awkwardly. Hopefully he's all right.
It's charge level at Harry Kane, isn't it? That sometimes he doesn't jump with the man coming in. And
I think you're right.
yeah, this is what they
I think you're
from
right.
Kane down the years. There's another example of that, but Hagen has given away the free kick in the 43rd minute. The referee from Portugal just wants everybody to be on the same hymn sheet. There's a quick word with Martin Guinness and also Gigovic as well. There's always going to be pushing and shoving from corners and set pieces, so they should just get on with it. Ireland's defending well once again. Last 2 minutes, Hussein dinks one in. Maher comes to claim, and again, like he's done throughout the first half, commands his area well. That's going to hurt him coming down on the knee, but it's good stuff.
One of those situations you're hoping one of your defenders will just block off the opposition player there. You can tell the Swedish centre-half made a bit of contact with him there. You don't want to give an opposition player free jump on your goalkeeper there. Best just to get like a subtle little block and make it as easy as possible for your goalkeeper. But he's been exemplary so far. Maher, the Irish goal, with a great half.
O'Connor. So we're in the last minute of the opening half. Your assessment, Kenny?
Oh, couldn't have gone much better, John. To be honest with you, defensively we've looked kind of rock solid, very comfortable in a defensive shape, and we've carried a threat kind of on transition when we've won it back. Those kind of front three, Ross Tierney and Ollie O'Neill in particular, when we've got the ball to their feet quickly, they look as if they can do some damage. Ross Tierney has done that already, so actually things a little bit more to come from Ireland from an attacking point of view, and defensively we've looked very solid.
Just got a couple of seconds to hold out to the half-time break. Here's Tierney, the goal scorer, invites the run of O'Neill. Odamosu has got a hold of his shirt. Swedish captain now gets him back to his goalkeeper, Samuel Brolin. Wait for the last couple of seconds at the discretion of the referee, which we're going to add on. O'Neill gets in. Here's Tierney. Good scrapping by O'Neill. Kilkenny. Ireland just now need to keep the ball. And there goes the half-time whistle, right on the stroke of 45 minutes. Well, it's going well for Ireland so far. They were under pressure, but that was to be expected away from home. It's Ross Tierney's goal in the 12th minute that separates the sides at half-time. At half-time, it's Sweden 0, the Republic of Ireland 1. We'll take a break. Thank you very much, Joanne. It's Ipu Udubeko. One end of the pitch, and the other end is Amin Sarr. Plays for Hervenen in the Dutch league. 2 goals in his previous 7 under-21 internationals. Plenty of Irish games going on today. We mentioned earlier on about the women's under-17s losing 4-1 to Iceland. And the Republic of Ireland men's side drew 2-2 with Bulgaria today. So they've missed out on going to Israel for the finals. As the game held in Portugal 2-2. So they're out. And the senior international, don't forget tonight, Republic of Ireland against Lithuania. If you want to hear radio commentary on that, it's on RTE Radio 1 Extra from 7:30. You'll find that online via the RTE radio app. You should download that. Adrian Neves and commentary alongside Pat Fenlon and Alan Cawley. That's from 7:30 tonight. Full radio coverage of Ireland against Lithuania, looking to back up that excellent 2-2 draw against the Belgians on Saturday. But at the Borås Arena, we're concentrating now on this under-21 international. Into the second half we go with Ireland a goal to the good. Ross Tierney with the second Irish goal at under-21 level in his 7th international. In the 12th minute is the one that has Ireland in front. But Sweden saw a lot of possession in that opening half, but Ireland defended well. Back 3. And in particular, Brian Maher in goal, very commanding in his area. There's Volomark overlapping his home, wearing 2. Here's Hussein. Volomark as well on this right-hand side. Back to Hussein. Gigovic. He's trying as well to keep it in play. Passed the ball by his captain. Back to his captain he goes, Onsu. This is Tollinson. Didn't play in the game in Tala. The reverse ball to Cal. Down by the byline he goes. Up in the air by Sarr, and commanding again. Brian Maher comes from his line and collects that dropping ball. More of the same.
Yeah, decent enough play here from Sweden on the left-hand side. Ross Tierney just a little bit impetuous there, trying to steal the ball, gets done in behind. But again, that kind of floated ball into the box, John, you're always pretty confident your defensive line's going to deal with that. I don't think it's underestimating saying it's a huge 45 minutes coming up for the Irish under-21 football, full stop, let alone this team. You mentioned it yourself, John, saying the lack of qualification for a major championship. Probably won't get a better position than they're in now. But they can come off the pitch this evening with 3 points. Puts things very much in their own hands in the remaining group games. So a huge 45 minutes of football ahead of us.
Come off Joel Bagan last. First corner of the second half goes to the home side. A little trouble for Bilal Hussein. He's for AIK in Sweden.
I was impressed with the physio's running there gate there, John, as he came onto the pitch. Don't know if you noticed it. Classic running there.
16 caps already. 17th tonight for Hussein. He's the vice captain actually of this Swedish side. Alan Osu of Slavia Prague, the centre half, is the captain. I think maybe when he was trying to keep that ball in play a few moments ago, I seem to remember when he's trying to play the ball back to his keeper or to his captain. Also, maybe just tweaked something as he went over, trying to keep that ball in play.
I just opened up his knee ever so slightly, John. Possibly so.
He doesn't look happy. Doesn't look happy at all.
Well, he shouldn't be happy.
I think he's gone.
I think the Swedish manager might have been looking at a few substitutions early in the second half anyway, John. Like I said, I haven't been overly impressed with them in the first half. The quality of football too safe with their passing for me. Not positive enough, not too much clever combination around the opposition penalty box for the amount of possession that they've had.
It's Carl Gustafsson who's stripping off from Kalmar. It's going to be the first substitution in this game. New coach for Sweden these days, Jan Gustafsson, ex of Magic Split. The former coach, Poya Asbaghi, who's in charge of the game in Tala, has since departed the under-21 structure in Sweden. He's now manager of Barnsley. So off goes the lookless Bilal Hussein. And Carl Gustafsson, wearing 16, is on in his stead. And this is his 9th under-21 international cap. For a substitution then in the 50th minute. It was a long way for this corner. It's going to be Valamark to take it on this right-hand side. Left-footed, poor ball. Doesn't beat the first man, Tierney with a good strong header out of play.
Yeah, it's pretty rotten, John. It's got to be said. You know, trying to get a foothold in the game, and get a bit of sustained pressure. Just not good enough to quality that ball, not beating the first man. Ross Tierney done really well in the near post area.
Here's the sub, first touch for him. Good ball too towards the back post. And headed out of play by O'Connor, and he had to do it. So corner in quick succession, 2 corners in quick succession as well. A good whip ball in that time.
Yeah, it was. This is the exception to the rule. Real good quality delivery, flat, pacey ball. Seen this a number of times though. Ireland defend the back post area really well. Leo O'Connor on that occasion.
Again, it's a poor ball towards the near post, and Tierney dealt with it. Ireland trying to funnel out, put a bit of pressure on the Swedes. Gustafsson. Home. Valamark. Gustafsson, a tall player. Abraham. Ireland just trying to keep that shape. 5 across the back when they don't have the ball. The 3 central defenders and the 2 wing backs either side. Trying to hold that line. Holm. That's good defending. Very good defending from Ireland. Misplaced ball by Holm. Easy pick-up for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a good, decent defensive shape all right, but just not good enough from the Swedes, John. That's a simple pass, 10-yard pass around the corner into your teammate's feet. You can't execute that pass. You're going to have difficulty penetrating the Irish rearguard.
Well, Stephen Bradley said at half-time, we were listening to when he was saying that Ireland will have chances in this game, do you think?
Yeah, I think they will. Just in terms on transition, if they can be brave enough to get on the ball, those first couple of passes, if they're accurate enough with it, John, don't panic too much and look to go back to front too early and give it away too cheaply. Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at our bench as well, I think we've got some firepower on the bench there as well. Tyreek Wright, Dara Burns as well. Outstanding player. Colin Whelan, Coyote. We got real options to come off the bench as well, John.
Defending to do. Here's Dahl into the penalty area it goes, but well spotted that one by Gavin Kilkenny. Tracked the run well. That's just good play by Udo Beko. Bit of miscommunication there, gives it straight back to the Swedes. Pressure mounting. Just past 7 minutes in this second half. Sweden 0, Republic of Ireland 1. Ross Tierney's goal on 12 minutes. The last 5 minutes of the other match in the group was kicked off at 4:30, and Italy still leading Bosnia by a goal to nil. And they would want to top the group. They were level with the Swedes with an inferior goal difference prior to this game. They had 2 games in hand, in fact 1 game in hand of them now, and then move up to 17 points. Still 5 minutes to go in that game. At the Borås Arena, it's Sweden 0, Ireland 1.
Yeah, there's the type of work rate the lads will talk about at half-time. Ollie O'Neill and Ross Tierney trekking back right to the edge of their back line there. It's not easy. Countless runs, using up energy.
Abraham. Gustafsson. Swedes are finding it very difficult to penetrate Ireland so far. It's not just the back 5 that are doing well from Ireland's point of view. The 3 in midfield pushing out one by one. There's a perfect example of it. Conor Coventry got his foot on the way. I think he may have handled that though, did he?
I think he did, yeah.
In fact, the referee's given a free kick to Ireland. Didn't happy enough with that.
Lovely.
I thought for a second that Kenny had handled that, but it just showed you one-ups all the time. Republic of Ireland just coming out from midfield and closing down the space all the time. It's good stuff from Ireland.
Yeah, good aggressive defender there from Conor Coventry. Sometimes you be too passive, John. You can get goal side and just sit in the space and not really impact the game. Good to see Conor Coventry step out there, go and engage the opposition player and win the ball back.
That's good stuff from Odimuso. Beko, I should say, and ball's knocked out of play. There's the Irish manager, Jim Crawford, of Bohemians in Shelburne and Newcastle United fame. Worked with Stephen Kenny at this level for about a year. Now he's got the job. A good job he's done too for this Irish setup that started this group slowly. They'll slowly work their way into it. Got some decent results, in particular the win over Sweden last time out, and now they lead 10 minutes into the second half. Just pressing Sweden back into their own half of the field momentarily. Holm. Abraham. Sarr tries the reverse. Came off McEntee. With the Beko. Just got to hold this ball up now and wait for a bit of support. Finds O'Neill. Coventry. Ooh, the chest ball by Aaron Holm. Almost deceived Samuel Brolin. That would have been fortuitous.
Yeah, trying to blow that one over the line there. It's just a shame, really. We forced that one, Conor Coventry done great there. That's what we're talking about. The quality of the ball on transition was a brilliant ball from Ross Tierney in behind the Swedish back four. Udo Becker done exactly what he needed to do. Keep possession of the ball, John. Wait for the reinforcements to arrive. That's exactly what they did. Unfortunately, Conor Coventry, they're just forcing the final pass there. There was no need for it. Just keep recirculating the ball on the edge of the box. Just be patient and wait for the right opportunity to play that killer ball.
Usu. Clonamark. Faced by two Irish defenders. Tries to go between the two of them. Good defending as well for Coventry. He's had an excellent game. Conor Coventry, the Irish captain.
Yeah, he's done brilliant there, John. The two Irish players, to be fair, have to do a little bit better between them there. Bagan and Ollie O'Neill can't allow Velamark to drive between them. Conor Coventry there, though, assessed the situation well, got across on the cover. Made a really important interception.
Gustafsson over the top to Holm. Little reverse ball. And again, bodies on the line. McEntee made his presence felt there. And an important interception it was too. You can hear the shouts from the Irish bench of higher, higher, higher. Obviously, get out of defence and put a bit of press on the Swedes. Easier said than done. Holm. Usu. Sarr looking for the ball in front of him. Here he is. Tries to switch the play. That's a poor ball. Easy header away by O'Connor. Abraham. Overlapping is Cal. O'Connor with the interception. Corner ball.
Yeah, just getting a little bit of joy, those Swedish fullbacks. John on the overlap. Holm down the right-hand side and Cal as well. You can tell those two Irish wingers have worked so hard. Ross Tierney, Ollie O'Neill just begin to flag a little bit now in terms of that defensive responsibility, getting back time and time again.
Second corner of the second half. Ireland deal with it well. Abraham from Cal. There's not much of a right foot, Abraham, that cross anyway. Actually left-footed player. Approaching the hour mark at the Borås Arena, home of IF Elfsborg. Sweden 0, Ireland 1. They're in injury time in the other game in the group. Still, the Italians leading by a goal to 0. O'Neill, perhaps a little unlucky. Tried to hurdle him. Referee gives the free kick.
Yeah, a little bit of a third lunge, John.
Yeah, that was Holm putting his chest on it, and lucky enough, Brolin, who was going one way, was able to go back and drop it on the ball before it crossed the line. I thought O'Neill was a little bit unlucky there. Definitely the player went looking for the free kick. Anyway, as it is, Portuguese referee Victor Ferreira has given Sweden this free kick. There's Jan Gustafsson, manager of the Swedish under-21 outfit. Most competitive game in charge for him. Findell to take it. Just scoops it forward. Maher again commanding in his area. Early shout. Lets his defenders know he's coming. Good catch.
It was never in doubt, that one, John, wasn't it? As soon as you could assess the flight of the ball. Made his decision early there. Comfortable catch.
Some of the crosses has been poor from both sides, it has to be said as well. It's just kind of high, kind of floating balls that are much easier for keepers and defenders alike.
Yeah, you're right. Both sides really, John. It's a difficult technique, to be honest with you. If you can execute it all well and good, but if not, better just maybe wrapping the inside of your
we've just saw one example of it. Gustafsson had come on as a sub, whipping that ball into the far post. That's the only one we've seen really today where it's caused any kind of real threat.
Yeah, it's a little ways because you've got to work for those opportunities.
It's just too much on that. Looking for Udebeko. So that's a giveaway ball straight to the Swedes, and the pressure back on Ireland again. Gustafsson. Abraham trying to work his way in field to his captain, Usu. Shinny, shots from distance either. That's so well marshalled the Irish defences so far. Nothing to test the goalkeeper in terms of shots from distance. There, as soon as you say that, we got one, and it cannons away off an Irish player and out for a corner.
Yeah, we're pretty predictable again from Sweden. There's a star on that occasion, drifting on the inside on his right-hand side. You'd expect one of the Irish central midfielders to step up, get a block on that. That's exactly what they did. Good defending. Again, Ireland leaning on their defensive structure again.
Abraham with the corner. Keeper comes and doesn't claim it very well there. He got something on it, and he needed the helpful boot of Gavin Kilkenny to help him out and put it out of play. So a good half, Brian Maher, but that wasn't the best. Would have come over a ruck of players. Udebeko again needs to hold the ball up, and Ireland will be happy enough as Tierney is fouled.
Yeah, he's done great there, Ross Tierney, but it was Conor Coventry again. John nice and aggressive in that central midfield area, winning back possession, popping it into the feet of Udebeko. Done well, first touch killed it, brought Ross Tierney into play. Knew he was in a little bit of trouble there. Ross Tierney sensed it as soon as he felt the contact hit the ground. It's an important free kick, get us a bit of a breather. No surprise to see this initial substitution.
Tyreek Wright is coming on, the man from Colchester, on for Ollie O'Neill, the player from Fulham, who scored that winning goal in the 92nd minute in Tala, in the home leg of this group. For substitution for Ireland. Gustafsson on for Sweden instead of Bilal Hussein. That was enforced. That's one was more tactical. O'Neill going off.
Yeah, he put a huge stint in down the left-hand side. We saw how hard he worked for the opening hour of the game. Just been the flag there a little bit last kind of 5-10 minutes of the second half. So, yeah, right substitution from Jim at this moment. Get a bit more legs onto the pitch in that area of the pitch.
So confirmation the Italians have beaten Bosnia and Herzegovina by 1-0 in the other match in that group, which started at 4:30. So they've now moved on to 7 games played, and they've got 17 points. That's 3 ahead of Sweden, who, if it stays this way, would stay in second place on 14, and Ireland would move up to 13 points with a game in hand. But still a long way to go in this game. We're in the 65th minute. Ireland's remaining games: Bosnia and Montenegro at home in June. The final game away to Italy. The Swedes have Luxembourg at home, and then the Italians away. So this is a huge game in terms of how this group is going to shape out. Right, not able to get on the end of that. Well, it looked like a late challenge. Referee didn't see it. In fact, he did. Just waited for any advantage to accrue. Looked like a late challenge on that far side by Ross Tierney. And the referee spotted Sweden are going to make another substitution. Looks like they're going to make a double substitution as well.
Yeah, I think with Leo Connor actually jumping out here from that right wing back position, nothing wrong with that either. Just doesn't quite get his timing right. Jacob Ryan giving good cover in behind him. Nice aggressive defending that. You're not going to get on the timing of those tackles right every single occasion. It's good to see Lee taking a kind of aggressive approach to his defending.
Flip forward at home. Claims for offside not given. Bit of a lackadaisical ball from the sub. Right.
Yeah, those moments are important, John. Can't afford too many of them. You know, working hard to win the ball back. When we do, it's important the next 2-3 passes, just like here, are accurate. We don't give it away too cheaply and invite more pressure. We've got to take as much care in these situations here than we do when we're out of possession, we're defending the edge of our penalty box.
Well, there's been a couple of poor passes there from Wright in succession, hasn't it? I mean, he just played his defence into trouble. There was a chance for him to just pump it down the line, perhaps. Anyhow, we've got this double substitution, as I mentioned. Isaac Janssen, who's wearing 18. Another one of those players from Kilmar. He's coming on for his first under-21 cap. Off goes Gigovic. And Jakub Andrejka of Elfsborg is also on. So Isaac Janssen and Andrejka of Elfsborg, both winning their first caps at this level.
That's a good compliment to the Irish team, John. The manager's kind of offloading his bench.
Quickly taken. And as they come off the Irish player last, now the referee I think is going to give a corner.
Yeah, it was good defender from Oisin McEntee. The cameraman was late picking it up, John, wasn't it? Wella Mark was inside the box there, just slid across. Oisin made an important interception.
Wella to take it then, as he has been doing on this right-hand side, left-footed, and he has been doing right throughout the game. He hasn't beaten the first man, and it's Tierney with a good strong header. There's the confirmation of the substitutions. You can see the left-hand side of your screen. There's the great ball from Tierney. Bit of a hurried clearance. And he's come bursting forward without Tierney. That's good stuff. Really, really strong play. We saw that in the first half when he was pulled back by Eric Callan. He got a yellow card. But Tierney bursting through the middle there. First little nudge was also a free. The referee decided that when he cannoned into Usu to give the free kick to Ireland.
Yeah, absolute goal does that, John. No real options there. Just took responsibility himself. Showed kind of real personality there. Just drove past two opposition players before eventually winning the free kick. Great play from him.
Maher's clearance towards Tierney. Sucks off in this game so far. His reward, a 12th minute goal. Second for his country at this level. Eric Cav just looking quizzingly in his hands. They obviously slipped out as he was attempting to take the throw. Here's home. Crossfield ball by Findell. Once again in the way, Conor Coventry. The combination of Gavin Kilkenny and Conor Coventry, extremely impressive from the Irish point of view, just in back front of that back four and or five.
Yeah, Conor Coventry particularly this second half, 3 or 4 key interceptions, John. He just reading the situation, stepping across and breaking up the Swedish attack. Just launched a counter-attack there, ball up to Odie Becko. Looks as if he's one to say throw in high up the pitch, which is important.
Another substitution for Ireland. And it's JJ KO'd of Rotherham, who I thought actually would have started today, but he's a like-for-like swap from Ipu Udibeko. JJ on. Udibeko off.
Yeah, like for like a little bit there. John Udebeko's had a decent game. He's led the line well, kind of linked up well, particularly with the two men in around him. Just more legs on the pitch now. Coyote coming on. Similar type of player, kind of physical presence, can run the channels as well. It's going to be important in the remaining 20 minutes of this game. It gives us a good out ball.
Okay, it was on the books of Rotherham, but he's been on loan quite a bit. Second substitution for Ireland. He's claiming the free. Referee says that was a handball.
Danger picking up a yellow card there, Coyote. Picking the ball up off the pitch. This is where you want to see Holm go, the Swedish right back, driving him onto the inside into traffic. Good athlete, the Swedish right back. He's been at his best, hugging the touchline and driving down those outside channels. Or they'll be more than happy to see him driving on the inside into traffic.
Okay, he's currently out on loan at Carlisle from his feeder club Rotherham. That's one of the plays going to be a goal kick for Ireland. They'll be happy enough with that. It's his 11th appearance for Ireland. Born in Lagos in Nigeria, so as he's played underage level, he still could play theoretically for Nigeria.
Can't get much farther north than Carlisle. He's gone from Rotherham to Carlisle, Scotland.
Lagos to Carlisle is actually quite a trip too.
That is a hit. Considerably further north than Lagos, I'll give you that, John. Good experience though for these players. You know, people will say, oof, you know, how much benefit is that doing them going to those type of clubs? But first team football, competitive football, man's football, John, is exactly what these kids need. Need to understand the game, learn the game and develop. It's good to see so many of these players getting that type of experience.
The most important thing is on the scoreboard so far. Ireland still leading by a goal to nil. Seems an awful long time ago since they scored the 12th minute. And it's been pretty much, in fact, it has been all Sweden in the second half. But that's brilliant play once again by the captain, Conor Coventry. He reads the game so well, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. So important that area of the pitch, John. You're absolutely right. You don't have to be the quickest in terms of fleet of foot at times. As long as your brain's engaged, you can anticipate where the ball's going. He's done that time and time again. Actually played a nice little ball to Coyote there. Was looking for the return pass, John, couldn't he? Coyote just couldn't quite execute it, unfortunately. So we get penned in again.
Gustafsson. Tollinson came at walking pace until this little injection. That's good defender by O'Connor. Very good defending by O'Connor. Just turned his back on the substitute Isaac Janssen as he was going through, and the referee decides he was fouled. But that's good defending.
Oh, certainly is. He got himself wrong side, Leo O'Connor, but didn't stand and watch, John. Immediately recovered into a defensive position, got his body between the opposition player and ball there. Won the free kick. Great attitude from the Irish players.
It's a good all-round performance from Ireland. Going away from home, they knew they'd be under pressure. And Jim Crawford did shake things up from the team that won in the game last October against the Swedes. And so far, his selection has been justified. I can't complain about that. It's gone straight through the player. Has Hampus Findell, and he knows fine well that's a foul.
Yeah, it's all good, John. Frustration, this is how it manifests itself. Opposition teams, they must be frustrated with themselves. Again, had a fair chunk in possession second half. Sweden just haven't been able to do anything with it. But for me, the Irish team's actually grown in confidence as the second half's going on. We don't look as if that second goal's coming, John, to be honest with you. But to be honest with you, we look very comfortable in our defensive shape as well. Probably too comfortable. I'm a little bit too confident at the moment in terms of how well that we're doing.
You can change in the blink of an eye. So far, so good. Oh, Maher. He was under a little bit of pressure there. Just, I suppose, just knocked it out of play and reset.
Yeah, he just didn't quite get that one right. Just looking to draw the Swedish players on, hit the left wing back in that situation. Just kind of wrapped his foot around it, didn't quite execute it. This is how Jim wants the players to play, though.
Gustafsson's layoff. Jesper Tollinson. A new sub against Ireland, actually, the last time around. It's good defending again by O'Connor. He's been very good. It's been a double-pronged attack from Merrick Cahill and also by Abraham down that left-hand side, but O'Connor has played extremely well and defended beautifully. Yeah,
you're right. Both wing-backs actually there, John. Ross Tierney just passing Cahill on to Leo O'Connor there and saying, go and deal with that 1v1. That's exactly what he did.
Jacob Ondrejka from Elfsborg on as a sub, his first cap with this corner. To no one in particular, that's awful. It just runs out of play. I would be happy with that. Nothing Amin Sarr could do about that. It's his first involvement, really, and it's a poor ball.
Soul destroying, John. It really is. And like I said, it'll hurt the Irish players that Sweden are having to work so hard for those opportunities, even corner kicks, John. And then to put in a delivery of that quality, he kind of saps the confidence of the players.
Just a reminder, if you want to hear radio coverage of Republic of Ireland against Lithuania, the friendly tonight kicks off at 7:45. Tune in to RTE Radio 1 Extra. It's online and the RTE Radio app. Adrian Eames in commentary with Pat Fennan and Alan Cawley for the 7:45 kickoff. Ireland-Lithuania on RTE Radio 1 Extra.
It's a shame that.
Was that a corner?
Oh, beautiful.
Well, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest of crosses by the substitute right, but he's nicked a corner out of it. And Ireland will be happy to be in the Swedish half of the field.
Yeah.
And this high up the pitch as well.
It was the lead-up play though, John. Gavin Kilkenny, Conor Coventry involved. Mark McGuinness popped a lovely ball around the corner to Joel Bagan. A lovely ball in behind for the run of Tyreek Wright, and eventually forced the corner kick. Exactly what we needed.
Well, Kilkenny's deliveries in the first half weren't great. They were a bit high and hanging. Let's see what he can produce this time around. Again, he just scoops it forward towards the back post, and that's easy for the big Swedes to get it clear. Ball dumped over the top towards Tierney, but he is offside. Kilkenny's deliveries have been poor from that side. Just too easy for the defenders. Yeah,
even surprising this occasion. Maybe don't even work in a short corner. Just take responsibility yourself. The delivery hasn't been spot on. Just change things up a little bit, John. Someone comes short, play a little short one, keep possession of the ball for a few seconds in the corner.
Sweden trying to get on with it quickly, but Gavin Kilkenny didn't get back as he was requested. Stood in front of the ball, and he's got a yellow.
Sometimes a bit unlucky there. The Swedish number 7 delivery, kicking the ball at Gavin Kilkenny there, looking to get him booked almost. Yeah, like you said, John, that pair in the centre midfield, it's been key for us, not just this evening, the whole of the qualifying campaign. Have got aspirations to get out of this group top 2. You feel as if those two are going to be key between now and the end of the qualifying campaign. We forged a really solid partnership there in the centre of the Irish midfield.
Ireland have never reached the finals. Italy odds on now to top the group, although they have to play Sweden yet.
Yeah.
Home. Tollinson. Decent cross, but to nobody in particular. Was fizzed in. No one took an opportunity to maybe get in close towards the ball. Substitute Andreka with a fizzing cross, but Maher dealt with it all right.
You're right, John. It wasn't a bad cross into the box. I was looking at the Swedish centre forward, Sarr, the number 9. He was on his heels there in the box. Wasn't expecting, not prepared to make that run across the Irish centre halves. Really disappointed with him. Sarr wants to drop in out of the box, have the ball to his feet, drop into kind of deep midfield areas where he can't really influence the game. He's a centre forward. He's a number 9. He's got to get in the box in between, making darting little runs in between the Irish defenders, try and get at the end of those crosses. If he doesn't do it, nobody else is going to do it.
Coming up in 10 minutes to play. There will be a bit of added time for the substitutions we've had in the second half, and there was a little break in play as they tended to Bilal Hussein, who's since departed.
Just watching Ross Tierney there, John, his energy levels are absolutely phenomenal. Just raced back 40 yards there, full pelt, to get back into his defensive position. It's an absolute machine, Ross Tierney, in terms of his energy levels.
Tollinson, a little run from home. Probably was going to dig one over the top there, but so did home. And this short passing from Sweden, trying to break down this stubborn Irish defence. Gustafsson. Tollinson. Osu. Switches the angle. Tollinson, heavy touch. Oh, is that a penalty? Well, they're claiming it. And they're not going to get it. Bagan across on the substitute Janssen. They were screaming for a penalty, the Swedes. The referee thought No, play on.
Got to be honest, John, my initial reaction was there was a little bit of contact there. Bagan getting himself, trying to narrow up, getting himself on the cover. Just felt as if he dangled his leg there. There was a little bit of contact. Be interesting to see the replay here.
Got to see the replay of this. That looks like a penalty to me.
Yeah, it's a penalty for me. The ball was played just in behind Mark McGuinness, actually. Bagan recognised the danger, tried to get back around on the cover. Probably should have allowed the Swedish player to have the touch, John. His touch was taking him away from goal there, so a little bit impetuous with the tackle. I think he's looking to get away with that. Looked like a penalty to me.
Yeah, Ireland definitely got away with one there. He just whipped the ankle, clipped the ankle and brought him down. And legitimate claims by Janssen. He'll be very disappointed and get a spot kick there. Ireland got away with it.
Yeah, first real bit of quality from Sweden this second half, John. Passes side by side, has just quickened it up there. Dart a little run in behind the Irish defence, got himself a little bit of joy. Like I said, I can understand what Bagan's doing there on the cover. Just in those situations, so difficult to keep calm. You're kind of panicking a little bit, but the Swedish player, there's kind of momentum is taking him away from goal there. Just take your foot away and almost allow him to have possession of the ball. He's travelling away from goal. Just took a real chance there when he dangled his leg, didn't he? It did look to be contact there.
Well, if the assistants are looking across the line at that, surely he would have advised the referee that that was a pen. Ireland will take that though, and it's offside.
Yeah, absolutely, we'll take it, John. Just got to take advantage of it though. 10 minutes to go. Just one of those things. It's just kind of just your concentration levels get you back on track. You kind of know you've got away with one there. Part now we take advantage of that and go on and win this game.
Donaldson's ball is a poor one.
Yeah, we'll deal with them all day, John. Those kind of straight balls in behind. Expect the Irish defence just to be dropping in and dealing with that. Brian Mark, good starting position as well. That shouldn't be a problem for us.
Festio Baseli, even Ferguson and Will Smallbone all ruled out of the Irish team, as Joanne was mentioned there at half-time. But Ireland a little under strength. Kieran Casson also returned to his club, waiting the completion of his paperwork. Good challenge by Wright. Denies home, who takes the throw. In the 84th minute, Ireland a goal to the good. Ross Turney on 12 minutes. Hammer the ball to the net inside the penalty area. The Italians have won to go top of the group. Ireland looking to go a point behind Sweden. Can they hold out for the last couple of minutes in this game? Ross Turney has worked his socks off.
Yeah, just a touch too aggressive there. You can see Leo Connor giving him a bit of cover there, coming across to deal with it. Just a little bit too much upper body contact there. That's where you lean on your defenders. There's 3 central defenders to go and dominate the box now. This ball comes in.
Velamark of Feyenoord to take it left-footed out on that left-hand side. And it's too easy for the goalkeeper. Some of the crossing from dead balls on both sides leaves a lot to be desired. And it's shake of the head from Velamark. He knows it too. Just too close to the goalkeeper. And Maher has been very commanding in this area. An early save will give them plenty of confidence.
It was that second save, John, wasn't it? 1v1 later in the first half. Kind of stuck up well, quick off his line, wasn't he? Kept himself big. That was a key moment in the game, undoubtedly.
Sure, and a one-handed save from Sarr early on in the game too, so that kept it at 0-0. That's very good. Very good from Mark McGuinness. Just used his big frame to get in front of the Swedish player, Ondrejka, and let the ball roll out of play. And we're inside the last 5 minutes, and Ireland still lead by a goal to 0.
Yeah, just the basic fundamentals now, John. That's what we have to do, particularly those defenders. Mark McGuinness there, again, just dropping off into the space, sliding across, getting his body between opposition man and ball. Good communication now between the defensive unit, defenders, midfielders, everybody vocal, passing good information between now and the end of the game. That's all we've got to do. Just play smart, take no unnecessary risks. and play as much of the game the opposition half as we can. Small situations like this will help. Giving away free kicks. We're in such a good place now. So important to take advantage of one and win this game.
JJ into the back of Tomlinson into the back of JJ, I should say, and they're going to get this free kick, but they gave the ball away. Less than 4 to go, plus any added time. Home. Wright staying with them. It's a decent ball. And a good touch from McEntee. Ross Turney out on that far side, and good play again by Turney. He pushed Eric Carl into that mistake, and it's gone out for a goal kick. And one of the Irish players, that's right, I think it is, sitting down on the edge of the area. He's back on his feet though. I'll be thinking about your player of the match very shortly. So with 2.5 minutes to play, Ireland to go to the good. Who is your player of the match, Kenny?
It's actually a tough call. I'm going to give it to Ross Tierney, just ahead of Conor Coventry, John. Obviously, we're hoping it's going to be the winning goal. I think his overall performance has been exemplary. He played with real maturity, Ross Tierney, someone so inexperienced.
Oh, ball forward, right. Can he wrap things up? Oh, that's a poor... Oh, he scored! Well, I thought the chance was lost. And Tyreek Wright has wrapped up the points for Ireland in the 88th minute. When we said Ireland would get a chance, they've only had one in the second half, and it looked like he blew it straight at the goalkeeper, but he had the presence of mind to roll it to the back of the net, and the few Irish supporters in the Borås Arena celebrate. It's Sweden 0, Ireland 2.
Yeah, and this is why Tyreek Wright's been brought on. Hopeful ball up the box. Coyote wins an important first ever, but that's just that gamble. Tyreek Wright just going to gamble, run into the space in behind. Hopefully, mate's going to win that flick on, which is exactly what he does. Have a look from Tyreek Wright here. Look, just that anticipation of that flick on. He's in behind. It's a really kind of good first touch. Just gets caught under his feet there a little bit. Looks as if the opportunity is gone. His first touch, probably second touch, isn't the best. When he gets the shot on target, gets another chance when it rebounds off the goalkeeper. Makes no mistake then. That takes a huge amount of pressure off the team now between now and the end of the game. That should be game, set and match. Brilliant, brilliant goal from Ireland.
That's a smash and grab if ever there was one. Really is. Brian Maher, for some reason, has been booked. Maybe a bit of time wasting. He won't care about that. Sweden are 2 down at home, and Ireland heading for the double over the second seeds, and offside against Valemark.
Would have been so easy for Tyreek Wright there when he saw the ball travelling through the air to Coyote, just to check his position, John, and think, well, I'm not going to gamble in behind just in case we lose that ball. I don't want to get myself caught wrong side, but he didn't. He had confidence enough in his teammate Coyote to win that header, and once he did, that bit of a burst of acceleration took him in behind the Swedish defence. It's not sometimes not about how many chances you create, just being clinical when those opportunities present themselves. And you're right, John, probably one clear-cut chance the second half, but we've been clinical and we've taken it.
Well, the chance appeared to be gone for Wright, but the goalkeeper spilled his first attempt, having made a good save. 5 minutes of added time. But Ireland 2 to the good, and defending like terriers. And they've done this right throughout the game. Chance for a break from Bagan. And that's offside.
Yeah, need to name check him as well. Joe Bagan, a left back. John has been excellent. So consistent defensively, in and out of possession as well. Leo Connor any of those back three. I've mentioned Conor Coventry, Gavin Kilkenny, haven't carried any players today, this Ireland team. Everybody's put on a shift. Concentration levels have been great. We've restricted the Swedish team to very few clear-cut chances.
Tyreek Wright on the books of Aston Villa with his second goal at under 21 level and his 10th international, and what a precious goal it is too. It just takes the heat off Ireland. Even if they were conceded late, you'd think, right, we should go on and still win this game, but they won't want to concede. Such has been a rearguard action they've had in this second half. Shot straight from Sarr. The goalkeeper Maher drops gratefully on the ball. Yeah,
sums him up. Really kind of scuff finish there, lacking in confidence from Sarr. Another kind of hopeful ball into the box. The Irish defenders have dealt with them very well pretty much all evening. Give Jim Crawford a bit of credit, John, in terms of the tactical setup of the team. Kind of deviated away from what he'd done previously against Sweden at home. Got the extra central defender in there, but I think it's worked really well. Back five have been outstanding. Balance of the team's been really good. In and out of possession, we look very comfortable, clear understanding what we're trying to do defensively, and also in possession. Maybe haven't carried enough in attacking threat, maybe second half if you're being really greedy, but by and large it's been really impressive from start to finish.
Well, when you go away from home against the second seeds, you would expect that they would have a lot of possession of the ball. So Ireland just set up and said, come on, try and break us down, and the Swedes haven't succeeded.
Yeah, haven't hurt us, John. Haven't been good enough. I'd have to say that. I'd have to give the Irish team credit for that, the defensive setup of the team, but really disappointed with Swedes at times in terms of quality of their football in the last third of the pitch.
It's a shot rebounded off an Irish boot. It's gone out for a corner. And the shot was from Patrick Valemark. He too, in terms of his corner distribution, hasn't been great. They've all gone near post, and Tierney's dealt with them the last couple of occasions. This one he goes to the back post. Maher thought about coming, and it's headed out of play by the Swedish captain Alan Usu. Just 2 minutes to go now, and we're just marking time.
There's been no free headers in there all game. You know, Usu's won the header, but he's under challenge. Every cross into the box has been an Irish heading it, even if they haven't won the initial header, John. Putting the opposition player under pressure, winning second balls, sensing danger, putting their bodies on the line. It's been great to see. Great attitude from the Irish players. Played with a lot of confidence as well, a lot of assurance. Hasn't been kind of backs to the wall, John. You know, throwing bodies in front of the crosses, kind of hanging on in the second half. A very controlled performance. We look very comfortable for long periods of this game.
So Connor falling heavily onto his back. Now from a bit of a height. He's all right though. He had a good game too. It was a double-pronged attack, as I mentioned earlier on, from Eric Carl and also from Abraham. He's dealt with a lot of stuff down that right-hand side.
Well, him and Ross Tierney, they probably tag team the two of them down that right-hand side. They haven't been more than 10-15 yards apart at times, holding each other's hands, backing each other up. It's been great to see.
And it's just high and hopeful from Samuel Brolin. Their keeper just dunked one into the penalty area, hoping for the breaking ball, and Ireland defend once again. Terrific game. Conor Coventry leading by example. The captain has been in the Irish senior squad, as we mentioned, on loan at MK Dons. Himself and Gavin Kilkenny just in front of the back line. Exemplary. This is a huge result in terms of the group. Ireland pulling to within a point of Sweden with 2 home games to come against Bosnia and Montenegro, and then the huge one against the Italians. And Ireland get themselves a free, and this should wrap it up.
Yeah, you're right, John. A little bit of despair round off the back of that loss to Italy in Tala only a couple of months ago, but back-to-back victories against the Swedes now have totally transformed the whole group. And like you say, very much back in our own hands. Italy in a very strong position, we know that. But the Swedes, you know, we're chasing them down. We've got the game in hand. It's very much in our own hands now. And the team playing with confidence, growing in confidence, John, and actually believing now that the impossible can almost be possible by the end of June.
I did mention as well in commentary earlier on that Ireland are much more experienced at this level, and it's paid dividends and paid fruit. The referee blows the full-time whistle, and Ireland can celebrate a famous victory away from home, having beaten the Swedes at home. They've got 2 goals away from home. defended absolutely brilliantly. Ross Tierney gave them a goal start after 12 minutes, and then in 88 minutes, Tyrick Wright and Aston Villa made it 2-0. And who's to say they didn't deserve that result, despite the amount of possession the Swedes had?
Oh yeah, nobody. Yeah, it just goes to prove, John, you know, majority possession of football at times can be irrelevant. It's how you use the ball when you have possession of it. And the Swedes, for large parts of that game, just didn't hurt us in terms of possession of the ball. I actually thought we carried more of an attacking threat on the small occasions when we won possession in transition in particular, and looked to break forward from back to front. So it's a totally deserved victory, not as animated in terms of the celebration as it was at Tallaght last November, but I think that's probably a growing realisation now amongst the players that, you know, we can do this now. You know, we can survive in this company. The likes of Sweden have a huge reputation at this level, but we've been the better team. We've deserved the 6 points we've got off them the past couple of games, John. We're in a great position going forward.
The Irish can celebrate a great victory at the Borås Arena. It's finished Sweden 0, Republic of Ireland 2.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Kenny. It really is one of the great nights for underage soccer for Ireland, and this is what the Group F table looks like as a result. Reminder, Ireland have played a game less than Sweden and 2 less than Bosnia. But there you go. So Italy leading on 17 points, Sweden 14 points, Ireland on 13 points. Ireland with games at home against Bosnia-Herzegovina and Montenegro. And then, if they do the business in those, it could all come down to a final day game away to Italy. Oh, Stephen Bradley, what an evening, what a game, and what a performance.
Yeah, fantastic performance. Obviously, tremendous credit to the players, but tremendous credit to Jim and his staff for coming up with a game plan like that. And they were tactically spot on today. And you can just see the scenes, how much it means to them. Fantastic performance all around.
I'm loving the Tyrick Wright little celebratory dance as well. And actually, that was a player you were really looking forward to seeing, and both of you were so disappointed that he didn't start the match, but that's some impact.
Yeah, one thing is we were disappointed, but you can totally understand the reasons for it, because you're putting in 2 natural defensive fullbacks in those wing-back positions, so there was no real place for him. But then be able to bring him on, have that energy, and you look at the job O'Neill and Kilkenny did, tracking back, it was tireless energetic work. So for him to come on the last few stages, maybe to score, got lucky with the goalkeeper, but just an unbelievable impact to have, and delighted to have a player like that you can bring off the bench and cause teams problems. But all-round performance was wonderful.
Yeah, and an immediate impact he did make before the goal came along.
Yeah, he really did, because he was initially tracking back and getting into the ball, and then just having that energy, because you could see O'Neill was his legs were starting to go a little bit, and that down the right hand side they were starting to get after us. But you know, for us here, this flick on sees his pace, gets in behind, first touch is decent, doesn't get out of his feet, but the keeper makes a complete hash of it, and then he's on the spot to finish it up, and you know that's what you have to do. Great header from Coyote, which is one of the first ones he's won, and a decent kick from Mar. But you know that's what he's on the pitch for. He's quick, he's strong, he's got pace to burn him behind, and he gambles on the run. And not often wingers don't do that, but he's gambled on and got in there. And then for the keeper to make a mess of him, to be
so alert as well.
So alert, yeah. He just reacts to it brilliant, puts it away, and you know, to put it to bed with the last few minutes to go after being defensively for so long in the second half, the sense of relief the team was feeling in that situation is fantastic. So delighted for them.
Yeah, a sense of relief for Ireland. You could see anger from the Swedish players when they were talking to the referee afterwards, a couple of them. And you can understand why. Yeah,
you can understand why. It's a penalty. But to be fair to our lads, you earn this bit of luck, you know. It's a definite penalty. I don't know how the linesman or the referee haven't given it. I'm delighted they haven't given it, obviously. But it is a penalty, and it could change the game if he gives it. But like I said, they've earned that bit of luck. They've worked extremely hard. They've been excellent.
Yeah, there's no question over it, Stephen.
Oh, it's an absolute stone wall, and it's you know, just he gets in, it's his wrong foot, he's tackling, and you can just see he puts it. You know straight away when you do that. You can tell he's thinking, he's looking around, and it's not given, and the joy you must feel when you think that that's not going to be given against you. But it's the first time that they broke the lines between us in the second half. It's offensively we were so tight together, and the back 5, you couldn't find gaps between them. And that's the first time the little intricate play got in behind, and it's just lapse of concentration, bit of tiredness kicks in. But you know, you got to roll with the dice sometimes. You got to be lucky, and we got rolled the luck there.
Yeah, because you said that Jim Crawford got his tactics right. There was concern that they went to such a defensive formation so early in that second half, though.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't say Jim set out to do that from very early on, but as a player, when you're in that situation, instinct just takes over. But their shape was very, very good. You can see here, we went to a 5-4 and a flat 1, and I thought we were very good. We limited them to long shots, crosses, other than one or two opportunities, which you would take and you would expect because they're good players. But you can see our shape is very, very good. We made sure nothing came through us at this point. And like I said, you take that away to Sweden in the second half. Again, our shape is really good.
Is that why Sweden didn't create the same sort of attacking opportunities that they did in the first half, or did they in many ways kind of change tack as well and it didn't work out?
Well, obviously our defensive line went maybe 10 or 15 yards deeper, so the space for them to run into wasn't there. But overall, like I said, we weren't playing with a box in midfield in the second half. We were more of a flat four, and it really helped us because it killed them. It didn't allow them to penetrate through us, and there was no space in behind. So, like I said, we limited them to long shots or crosses, which you would take all day.
We're going to see the Ross Tierney goal again in just a moment. And you two, I said when we were waiting to hear who Kenny had picked as man of the match, who would yours be? And you both said either Ross Tierney or Brian Maher. Now, even though he didn't have a huge number of saves to make, was it that he was just so commanding?
You know what, there's nothing better as a defender when your goalkeeper comes and takes corners, gives you an early show and just relieves that pressure. Like Sweden floated balls into the box and some keepers come and punch, they missed them, they caused carnage, whereas he was so confident. Everything that came to him stuck to him. You're looking around, you know he has that, and as a defender that just relieves so much tension. So throughout the game, and then the one time he had to come into where he got brought out in the first half, he spreads his body, makes a great save, but he was such a calming influence for them. I thought he was brilliant.
Was he even slowing things down a little bit? He was taking his time when he collected the ball each time, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that's experience of playing in these type of games and playing in big games for his club. But he was fantastic today. He was really calm. His decisions are really clear, and he was brave. And like the rest of the team, he was brave. And Ross Tierney deserved man of the match. He was brilliant, but Brian Maher wasn't far off him.
It's definitely worth a second look at that goal, isn't it? It came in the 12th minute, so it was an early one, which is usually the really nervous ones.
Yeah.
It's weird because even though the goal was there, we didn't feel that nervous throughout the game. But it's again, like this was him the whole game. He starts off the play, gets a continuous run in, and then when it drops to him here, like we were talking about this again, it's such a fantastic finish because that can be sliced off your foot, it can hit the defender. He catches it perfectly well, ends up smashing to the back of the net, and it's a wonderful goal from him, but it's nothing more than he deserved because his movement off the ball, his energy, like not over in the forwards, his tracking back, like they had an absolute, that's a slog of a position to be in that right-hand side, but you're acting as, every time we get the ball, you want them to energy going forward. Every time we don't have the ball, you expect them to track the fullbacks, track the wingers, tuck inside. It's a really difficult ask, and he was able to play that right till the end of the game and still be bursting forward at the end there, which was credit to him. Fantastic performance.
We're not overhyping this, are we? To get 6 points home and a 2-0 win away against a fancied Sweden team.
No, that's a fantastic performance. 2-0 away. We're missing players, don't forget. It's a fantastic performance. It set us up really well now for the remaining games. But no, we're not overhyping it. It's a really, really good performance. The players were brilliant. But like I said, Jim and his staff must take credit because their game plan was fantastic.
And here's a little reminder of the fixtures that Ireland have ahead of them. 3 left. So home against Bosnia-Herzegovina, home against Montenegro, and then finish off against Italy. Now, there have been some blips along the way in Ireland's journey, as there has been for all of the teams. So none of those fixtures is going to be straightforward.
No, absolutely not. And I think they've learned from the mistakes against Luxembourg with the 1-0 draw, which is where they dropped points. Italy on the day were a better side, so we know we're going to have to be. But the confidence this group has grown since that game. They've put in better performances as a team. They've conceded less goals. Defensively, they've been more solid. So they're going to go, hopefully, into the Italy game with much more confidence. But the games between Bosnia and Montenegro, they're tough matches. So you don't want this great results to mean nothing. Continue on in this form, get yourself in the position where you can qualify automatically or second and go into that Italy game with it all to play for.
The attendances have been a little disappointing on your home patch for the under-21s. After a performance like that tonight, surely a packed house is called for the next couple of home games. Yeah,
hopefully we can sell Tala out for them because they deserve it. They've set themselves up now for some really big games at home, and hopefully we can, like I said, pack Tala out and get behind them because they will need it. Jim will just hope that his players, the key players, are playing regular football between now and June because that's going to be key come them big games.
OK, what a result it was this evening for Ireland's under-21s, which means qualification for their first major tournament is definitely a possibility. More coming up.
Power, speed, precision. But not all forces can be quantified. When the whole becomes something even greater, more than a moment, more than any individual.
Listen to the roar! Sit back and suck it in.
More than the sun. TikTok Women's Six Nations. Be part of the equation with Virgin Media and RTE.
My love must be a kind of blind love.
Hey! Give it back!
I don't know if it's cloudy or bright. I only have
Hi there! 1 minute of your time, I promise. Beds. I promise.
I'll walk every day, I promise.
This is decaf, isn't it?
Promise? A lot of people talk about promises, but at Dulux, our paint gives you the perfect colour, coverage and finish, or we'll replace it. Promise.
When I see an anti-smoking ad, it makes me actually want to have a smoke.
It's fine. I only smoke when I'm having a drink.
It's not the best. You need to give up. The only person I'm harming is myself.
You are gonna quit now, Dad, aren't you?
Yes, love. I'll quit now.
Stop smoking for 28 days and you're 5 times more likely to stop for good. People across Ireland are coming together to make March their last stop. Join in at quit.ie.
It's okay.
If you have a car accident, AXA will take care of everything. So if your car is damaged, we'll give you a replacement car.
Mr. Blue Sky. The Euro Millions jackpot is an estimated €40 million. The National Lottery. It could be you.
I'm the big bad wolf. This is the crew. We may be bad, but we're so good at it.
I just tried to steal an old lady's purse. Kind of helped her.
Good boy. It felt good. Did you get hit on the head? Let's try being good. Lesson 1, sharing. Nope.
Totally worth it.
The Bad Guys. See cinemas Friday.
It's not just that the rains no longer come. It's not just that every drop puts her life in danger. It's not just that her crops are dying. It's not just that her child might too. Sarah is living in fear, and it's not just. This Lent, your love can make all the difference. Trócaire, until love conquers fear.
The taste that lifts you up. Clearly 7-Up free.
Mum and I have been cooking roast lamb since I was a kid. How much garlic did you say?
Like I always say, you can't have too much. Red onion. Baste your lamb like a good man. Careful, if you drop that, you're buying me a new one.
What was that, ma'am?
If you drop that, you're buying me a new one.
Nan's lamb.
Sure is.
Food Love Stories, brought to you by Tesco.
Welcome back. We have just witnessed one of the really good days in the history of the under-21s, with the Republic of Ireland making a back-to-back wins, championship qualification wins over Sweden, the latest coming on Swedish soil as well, winning by 2-0. And we're very lucky to have the Ireland manager, Jim Crawford, joining us live from Sweden. There is a little bit of a delay, I should warn you. But Jim, first of all, massive congratulations. Where does that win rank?
Oh, it was a fantastic victory, and you know, I certainly think we needed to win today. It's to give us a real opportunity to qualify in the group, you know, and I think everybody's saying Montenegro drew with Italy the other day, and Sweden are a very good team. So to come here, you know, to win 2-0, keep a clean sheet, and you know, puts us in a real good position. It's in our hands now. You know, we've a game in hand against Sweden. And we still have got to play Italy away, so it's, you know, it's been a good day.
It's been a very, very good day. It was obviously a really, really good win, but was it also by quite some distance, the best performance under your reign from that team?
I think defensively it was. I think we were. I thought we were a little deep at times in the game. You know, and then when we won the ball back, we weren't as effective as what we can be in those transitions. But you know, defensively was certainly one of the best. But in terms of a result, it's a fantastic result coming here to Sweden, winning 2-0. That's for sure. But I think we could be a lot better, and the players know that as well on the ball. But look, you can't take anything away from, you know, the effort of the players. I thought to a man, and the players that came on were absolutely outstanding.
Actually, the impact of the subs, they really did make this massive difference, didn't they?
Yeah, well, we said it before that, you know, it's not only about 11 players anymore. It's about, you know, the players that can come on and you know, increase the intensity or do something that gets you up to pitch. And you know, JJ Coyote worked hard, and then Tariq scores a goal. You know, so it was for me they were good substitutions at the right time. But you know, again, everybody played a huge part.
They did. Were you a little bit nervous when it looked like Sweden might be in for a penalty?
Yeah, there was a few times we sort of let runners go. And look, they're a good team, and we knew they were going to have large spells in the game, but we just had to be disciplined. You know, communication levels had to be good between players, and you know, they stuck to the tasks brilliantly with regards to the defensive side of it.
Stephen Kelly and Stephen Bradley are here beside me. Stephen Kelly is going to ask you something first, Jim.
Hi Jim, it's Stephen Kelly. Congratulations, what a fantastic performance, honestly brilliant. Just wondering, obviously the shape of the team with the 5 and the midfielders, was that something you worked on a lot throughout training, throughout this weekend, the midfield 2 just screening the back 3 and helping them out, because Sweden commit a lot of people running us off the ball, third man run? Was that something you had to get into the lads' heads to try and be really defensively minded towards that?
Yeah, certainly. I think they look to penetrate you centrally, you know, so we had our back 3 and Gavin and Conor Coventry in front of them, and we knew that's where they look to get in, because their wide players can play narrow as well, and you know, try to entice one of your centre backs out to get in behind you. So it was something that we did work on. You know, the change of shape, you know, it's the first time we played it in the campaign, but I thought the boys took on board the information very well with regards to the structure of the shape. But no, we're pleased. We're pleased with regards to that, Stephen.
I love how Jim is trying to look level-headed, but he can't help but smile the whole way throughout, nonetheless. Yeah, they definitely look disciplined, didn't they? Stephen Bradley, is there something you wanted to ask Jim?
Jim, congratulations. Fantastic performance and result.
Stephen, thanks a million.
You must be extremely proud of every aspect of your game, in terms of the courage, the bravery, togetherness. Your tactic game plan was spot on. You must be extremely proud.
I am, Stephen, and you know, it's everybody. It's, you know, we've got training games during the week where we've got you know, 11 players who have got to act out what Sweden would do, you know, so it's, and that's what I mean. It's a group thing where everybody has helped each other. They've pushed each other along with regards to training, challenged each other in training, and it's been a great week. And to cap it off with a 2-0 win, yeah, I'm exceptionally proud. You know, and I heard you saying as well, Stephen, that coming into the next window, it's about these players playing first-team football, and you're dead right. You know, it's something that we need to be doing, encouraging our players, whether it's to get out on loan and play first-team football, because there's no substitute for it.
Jim, it was one of the really great performances that we've seen in an Irish shirt for quite some time. Thank you so much for coming on with us, and a massive well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well done, Jim.
Thank you. Take care, guys. See you later.
So, as Jim said almost immediately there, I mean, it's a brilliant win, but so important to now finish the job.
Yeah, well, football, it's fantastic when you get results like that, but very, very quickly you got to move on. So straight away, tonight it's done, and they got to focus on the next games. And that's the way they be thinking. You have to, because when they come in June, if they don't show up, everyone will forget about this game. So fantastic night, fantastic performance. Well done to all involved. Enjoy tonight, and then it's focus on June.
And some big decisions to be made between now and then.
Yeah, absolutely. It's this group of players now bringing them forward and make sure they're ready for next game. And then if you get into a stage where you can't qualify and you're really looking like whether you can bring some of those players in the senior team, they can go back in and affect it as well. That's the decision that will have to be made between Jim and Stephen Kenny, whether he can release those and help the side push forward. But yeah, great performance, and you need to just kick on and remember what it feels like to win this game and then go into the next matches.
Okay, that is all we have time for. Thank you to Stephen, and the best luck with the season ahead to you, Stephen. That is it on another great day for the Irish under-21s in a green shirt. Hopefully there'll be at least 3 more to come. But for now, from all of us here, bye-bye.